On first hearing of the letters, for Maria Walker, textile artist. First, the artwork with the letters printed behind photographs of a different family, enlarged, framed in a gallery, palimpsests. Words from the letters are embroidered on a corset, traced on shoes, painted on spoons. A bundle of letters, the artist explains, bought for the stamps, but too good to cut up. From Widnes, my hometown. A family called Lightfoot, my maiden name. Not necessarily my family, but maybe. Then the names Francis, Ada, Dorothy. Coincidence too great. We stand awed, making webs intricate as old lace, beautiful as buttons, miraculous as bread. She has already used my words to embroider on her art, but I was the follower. The letters came before me into her work. They have travelled through time and space to find me, tied with pink ribbon, bringing me my father, lost so long ago. Tomorrow. Tomorrow the letters will begin to give up their secrets, fold my strange family history into envelopes. Tomorrow I will hold them in hands that shake and ache to touch, paper my father, grandfather, grandmother, and who knows else, wrote upon, and sealed with their saliva my DNA. Documents from a time before girlfriends, rivalries, adult complications, when all my father cared about was skating, comics and football, before the schisms and silences. Tomorrow I will see the life he lived, hold it for myself, know his words. A letter from my father to his sister, written on the 18th of December, 1923. Dear Francis, just a few lines to tell you, for there's not much doing. On Saturday morning, I went to the brickfield to skate. I could go on one, but now I can go on two. Our pits are thick with ice. Jim Smith and I are pals. On Monday noon, Jim and I went to the pond to skate. Every dinner time I go to skate. Sunday morning, Vincent and I went to the pond. When we got there, Jim Fenny, our Willie, etc., etc. When I go to school at playtime, I go in goal for Farmwood team. We have won every game this week. Now I finish at S. Bridges at 5 o'clock on Thursday. Thursday night at 7:30 p.m, Father Vincent and I went to a lecture on animals by Mr. Reverend James Wolfe. I was interested all the night. Vincent and I started out 10:10 p.m, for Dad had not reached home. Halfway down the lane we met him. He told us to go to Grandma's till he came there. Grandma gave us a penny and a rosy apple, which we ate in the room. When I was coming home, I saw Mrs. Beardmore with his wife. We came home at the housing scheme. I've not got a tip of any kind yet. I hope you read Vincent's finish, and I am sure you was surprised at the piano. I have started to get 2 comics each week now that are called Golden Penny Comic and Jester, from your loving brother Peter. Kiss, 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 kiss. Father, skating. Lean into the wind, father. Let's skate speed you across frozen pond in this harsh winter of 1923, when pits are thick with ice and all you care about is learning to go on 2 skates. those homemade blades carrying you in a hard-won glide into a backspin as you show off your newfound skills. No one taught you or held your hand, hauled you up when you fell, time after time, except yourself. Enjoy your triumph, Dad, for all too soon your childhood will crash to its ending. For now, you're just a boy buying a clockwork engine with carefully totted up tips from your after-school job. All too soon you'll be a man at 12 years old, handing pay over to keep family fed. Your mother ill in bed, your father given up to drink, the young ones arguing. Skate on, enjoy the free flow as your blades whistle on ice. It's not yet time to go home. The fiddle. Words are tripwires. Their sudden consonants tease, bring shame. Fingers fumble too, trying to write or draw with left hand tied. Trapped music sings in his head. At last he begs piano lessons. Fingers stretched, fine tunes by pressing tacky ivory. But not for long. Cash goes on uniforms, not for him, kept home to wash and press while others go to grammar school. His first job, farm labourer, pays turnips, spuds. Not till trainee grocer can he earn enough to buy a violin and cradle it and stroke its wood. Unlatching the back gate one day, he finds kid brothers scoring goals, the violin a tangle of strings booted up the yard. A letter from my grandmother to her daughter Frances, written in November 1923. Dear Frances, we were very pleased to have your letter on Thursday morning. We have been waiting and watching for the postman every day for ages. It does seem a long time since you wrote. I slept all night till 5 o'clock in the morning for the first time since you went away. You know how I do trouble over things. I have not had you out of my thoughts day or night, and you may know how I miss your presence at home. Doesn't a pussycat cry even if one kitty is lost? Is not a mammy lonely when the girlie is away? So don't forget, try and write once a week home to save worry. If we did not think it was for your own benefit, we would not punish ourselves by letting any of the family be from home. Even Willie has waited and waited for a message from you. He was most disappointed when there was no special letter for him as well as the others. Our Ada yelled and howled because she did not know how to write a letter to you. She did her best, so did Vincent and Peter. I don't know how you will manage them. I was going to write this afternoon, only I had the ironing to do. I could not leave it till after Friday. I washed on Tuesday, but the drying hinders one so many days. Can you manage the ironing yet? I don't suppose there will be much. We are being careful and not making any more washing than we can help, but I have washed each Tuesday so as not to get overfaced. I tried naphtha dry soap for Willie's overalls, so used it for the lot. I am not in a hurry to use it again, it made such holes in my fingers. Mona does not come in much now, nor anybody, only Jim Fenny calls for Willie. I have only been able to do a bit of shopping twice since you went away. 1 week Daddy did the work, and last week Willie did it. We are not doing too bad with the work, only the front has not been done. I can't see it being done either this weather. The wind is awful, blows the pictures off the wall if the door is opened half an inch. I'm glad you have had letters from your companions. They will tell you the news of Farmouth and school, which both you know I never know, only what the children bring in. Last week, when I called at Grandma's for a minute, Auntie Nellie and her mother brought the baby to see her. It is a lovely big fat girl, very much like Uncle Gil. Reminds me much of Auntie Hattie's Gwen. Our Dorothy is going worse naughty. I am thinking of putting her in trousers and jersey. She is more like a boy than a girl. We have hardly any dishes left, the way she keeps smashing them. It will soon be Christmas. I won't be sorry when it is over. Perhaps we will have a bit less rain. Jim Fenny is going to paper Harrison's parlour and kitchen, so he will be getting quite well off. I am just wondering what sort of a mess our Willie will be in when it is done. Dolly has only been twice since you were home. We don't give a fuss enough. The sooner she gets tired, the better, I say. Well, I will have to get the children ready for bed now, so I will have to close. I have a stamp, so you will perhaps get this on Saturday if it is posted tonight. Do your pinafores do you all right? And did you get fixed up for nighties all right? I have been worrying about them, so let me know. I have 29 in the sweep. I wonder how I will get on. Ask Freddie when he is coming to Runcorn to that football match. Is it before Christmas? I ask our Dorothy where Nanny is, and she says, Papa. Every day she says a new word. So no more now, with fond love from Mum and Dad and all. Your loving Mum, kiss, kiss, kiss. Ada Lightfoot, kiss, kiss. Heirlooms. For this family, no precious objects, collections to be loaned to museums or passed down as heirlooms. Scarce enough money sometimes to put food on the scrubbed table or buy corduroys for the boys to cover their bare bums from trousers worn too thin for decency. Yet, on the surprising tide, some treasure is brought to shore. What strange waves brought to me this package of well-thumbed letters? Paper is worn to silk, envelopes torn by eager fingers when they first arrived, bringing news from home. Some are written on paper torn from school books, or written on the backs of things no longer needed. No notepaper to speak of in the house.